What's up, guys? This is Force from Toddy Rap, and you don't know who I am. I'm part of a podcast called Reincarnated as a Podcast or Toddy Rap. Look us up. We talk about movies, games, nerdy stuff all the time. A lot of animation. But this is my second channel where I'm probably going to talk about a lot of movies that we won't talk about, shows, games, and the big stuff. A lot of animation that we don't talk about. So here's an interesting one. This is a review on Mad Dog or Mad God, and it's Phil Tippett's animation that he's been working on for like I don't remember if it's a decade or more. Mad God, how long does it take? Uh, After 30 years, 30 years this movie took to make, and it's like an hour and a half. It's super detailed, super brutal. Warning to everyone: the graphics in this are very brutal. Basically what this movie is him doing a swan song of just you know everything CGI'd nowadays. You don't really have to do puppetry, and he just wanted to do this as one of his big projects. That obviously, if you've worked on it for 30 years, and I think it's all done by like um, volunteers and what's it called, crowdsourcing, and it's a great film. I think it's a film that's going to be very interesting for people to basically discover. Like, one reason why I started watching it because I've heard of his name, but I was looking up stuff to watch, and Guillermo del Toro talked about saying this is a he's a master of puppets. Good song, but you're just like, okay, I like this is animation you don't see much. Like, there's some like you see it nowadays here and there. The house like has it, but it's also CG'd over. This is all practical. There's very little. Like, I think like 1% I'd say is like live action with actual actors. There's no voicing. It's all just like grunts or baby cries and very creepy. Brutality constantly, like people dying. But you follow this like assassin dude who goes down into the pits of hell, basically, and just shit gets real. Like, I don't even know how to explain this movie. Like, I understand the what it's about. It's about like you know the world and how we just kind of destroy everything we like, and you know like we create things and then destroy it while we're creating things. Even things we create to help us destroys us. It's just such an interesting movie. I feel like it's one of these art house films. Like, yeah, I wouldn't even say art house because of who it is, but it is basically an art house film that you'd be like, okay, you'll watch this movie in your college class to learn how to do like top tier puppetry or what people have done to do this back in the day. This film obviously talks to you very well. It's not like the easiest thing to understand. It does, I said there's no explanation, there's no reason or why, but there's not much for you to say in this film without like spoiling and going brutal about it. Because there's some scenes that are like the scene where it's a guy just in a what do you call it, a hospital bed, and he's awake, like you can see his one eye bloodshot, and they just like tear out his guts and stuff, and then there's a drills out his brain. Oh my goodness, and it's just wet, gory. Everything's just creepy. It's basically a fever dream. It's all I could say. I like watch this film. There's no reason why you shouldn't watch this film. Unless you're creeped out by blood and gore. But watching the live action, the puppetry, the lighting, it's all just beautiful. It's one of those films where you can be like, the story is decent, but just how the animation makes up for it. This movie's like an 8, maybe higher. And I'm not normally like someone that likes just artsy stuff, but this just pulls it out. Watch it, please. It's a very interesting show. But if you want to hear more about more movies, better movies, subscribe. But subscribe to our podcast. You can find us anywhere. I'll put it in the link below. Talk about movies, video games, TV shows. And if you like animation, this is where you're at, man. We'll find all the weird animation. We've done Sonic and this one now. So hopefully we find more. Okay. See you in the next one. Bye bye.